Hello race fans, welcome to Garden Canyon Run. It is the Winter Classic, today's qualification for Group 1. I'm Brock Wheeler, I'm going to bring in all the action today. We're really excited to be getting started with this tournament. Since the end of the Fall Classic, we've had a lot of improvements to the track. We've fixed up the transition between the blue track and the open track a little bit. We've got some emergency vehicles on site. We have a clubhouse, as you can see here, that was erected by Cat Race Club, our main sponsor here at the track. And we have some new sponsors that sent cars into race. Pupule Surfer, Uncle Elvis Racing, G4 Diecast Racing. Our friend Enrique sent a bunch of cars in that Cat Race Club modified for the tournament. Here we are taking a bumpy ride down the track. Let's take a look at the track here. There's a straightaway that has a jump part way down that leads into a set of turns that are about the signature feature of the track. And here's the first checkpoint. Right at the end of the porch is checkpoint number 1. Checkpoint number 2 comes at the end of the finish ramp. Checkpoint number 3 is next in the middle of the open straight. And checkpoint number 4 is at the end of the open straight. Cars must fully pass all 4 wheels across each checkpoint in order to count points. And here, let's take a look at the cars now. Here's MOHAWK, the latest car on the track. This is sponsored by Cat Race Club. It's going to be driven by Big H, all the way from South Africa. Here's the only stock car in the tournament, the Lancer Evolution, driven by Eric. Here is the Force, sponsored by Cat Race Club, driven by Big H. Here is Salty, number 531, sponsored by Cat Race Club. This will be driven by Kimberly. We've got a CAMARO in here, this nice looking 68 CAMARO. It's going to be driven by Luna. This was sent in as part of the package from Enrique. Also driven by Luna, this FAIRLADY 2000. Beautiful looking car. We've got this custom Maverick from Pupule Surfer. It's going to be driven by Kilgore T. This is a really nice looking ride. It looks fast on the track. And then ultimately we've got this Super Volt, the heaviest car in Group 1. Sponsored by Enrique and Cat Race Club and driven by Kimberly. And now let's get to the racing action. Alright, with run number 1 of the latest car on the track, MOHAWK, driven by Big H, all the way from South Africa. So this car started as like some sort of solar energy project. It had like a surfboard looking top with plants growing on it. That nice looking run there, 3 points, looks like, for Big H. But yeah, it got modified down to just, let's see how light we can get a car. And we'll see how it can run against the big boys. So a nice looking run for the first run there for Big H and the MOHAWK. Just zooming right through. Couldn't stay on track to get that 4th point, however, so no perfect run. No perfect run yet. Here we are with run 2. We switch lanes on every run, as you can see, so they can get 1 opportunity in each. And here we go, a perfect run. All right, cool. So right off the bat, we have a nice looking run from the lightest car in the tournament. Did get up on the guardrail there, which slowed it down a little bit, but was able to maintain momentum and get all the way down, all the way through each checkpoint. Looking good. Good job, Big H. And next up, we're going to have the only stock car in the entire tournament. It's the Lancer Evolution straight off the factory. Let's see how it rolls. It looked like it had a little trouble as it came. Oh yeah, using the flagpole. We've got a 4-point run here. Let's see if we can duplicate that in run number 2 and get a perfect run in the books. So looking good over the jump. Got a little bobble coming in turn 1. Didn't have the fastest pace going, but that doesn't matter. Made it all the way through. Using that flagpole. Nice run, Eric. All right, switching lanes. Let's see how this Evolution does in run number 2. And oh, holy smokes! We've got a driver down here. It looked like he caught the guardrail making the transition. And it's a good thing we have some emergency crews on hand now. That is for sure. Thank you to Eric and Colin. One of the two of them, I can't keep this straight, but one of the two of them did donate the emergency, the ambulance. And yeah, you can see that he just caught the guardrail as it transitions into the narrower open track, and it sent him off off course, and it looks like they're going to give him. It looks like he's okay. They just got to get him back down to the clubhouse and get the car once over. But no points on the second run. Moving right along, we're up to the Force. This car is driven by Big H. Keep in mind, there are 16 cars in the tournament. There are 8 drivers. Every driver has 2 cars, and there is a separate Drivers' Cup tournament where we're going to keep track of the points tally for each driver, separate from the cars themselves. So that at the end of the tournament, there will be a champion car, and there will be a champion driver separately. That was a nice looking run from Big H in the Force. Now, I asked them why it was called the Force. And if you'll notice, where the windshield ought to be, there's just more stainless steel. There's no windshield, so they're driving on the Force. And couldn't quite keep it straight there to get all the way through the open section, but they did pick up 2 points. And here we are on run number 2. Lost a lot of momentum, but was able to keep it down the track, and for another 2 points. So we've got 4-point total run in qualification for the Force. Let's take a look as he's coming over the, yeah, nice, he did get up on the guardrail. That's what slowed him down. Able to maintain his momentum to get down over the hump and across that second checkpoint though. Alright. So moving right along, it looks like the next up we're going to have Salty, number 531. This is driven by Kimberly. Let's see how she can do here in run number 1. Looking fast, but got a little off track after the jump. Wasn't able to maintain momentum and stopped right on top of the first checkpoint. Now, if you remember, all 4 wheels have to cross the checkpoint in order for a point to be awarded. So, I'm afraid no points are going to be awarded on that run for Kimberly. Got up onto the guardrail after getting a bad bounce off the jump. Wasn't quite able to get down into turn 2. Alright, let's see if we can do better in run number 2, Kimberly. Nice looking car though. Alright, run number 2, switching lanes to the outside lane. And we are off. Oh, we've got some good pace. Nice line. Oh, but wasn't able to keep it straight on the open section of track. But that car looked fast. Let's see, nice and smooth over the jump. A really nice line through the turns, and just skidded a little off course there. Yeah, just couldn't quite keep it straight. But nice looking run. So that car looks like it could be a contender. It's hard to say. Its qualifying position isn't going to help it out, that's for sure. Overall, nice run, Kimberly. Alright, next up we got this nice looking CAMARO that Luna is driving. CAMAROs always look good, and let's be honest. And here we go. Good pace. Coming through the turns, and we've got a perfect run. It looks like Luna ended up on her roof, but that was a perfect run. Carried a lot of momentum coming down the straight over that jump. Through the turns, nice and straight, and just, yeah, as it got into that overgrown bit of succulent there, just got flipped over. Yeah, the emergency crew says she's fine. We're gonna get her back up to the start gate for run number 2. 4 points. All right, let's see if we can get a perfect run here. And oh, yeah, I got a bad bounce off the jump. And slid sideways into the transition guardrail. Oh, and it just, yeah. Oh, that doesn't look good. Let's hope Luna's okay in there. You know, the good thing is, in the 64 scale world, everything's very resilient. It's the strength to mass ratio is ginormous. So, as bad as this crash looks, that CAMARO probably doesn't even have any dents in it. I'm sure Luna's going to be okay. We'll see when the emergency crew can take a look at her, and yeah, it looks like she's gonna be okay, and that's good because she's the next driver up. Yeah, yeah, she's the next driver up in the FAIRLADY 2000. Let's see how she does carrying. Oh, well, yeah, she's probably a little shaken up still from that run that she just had where she ended up on a roof, but just got a little off track here over the jump, got up onto the guardrail, and just slowed her right down. So no points on run number 1. Everything's fine though. So we'll get the car back up at the start gate for run number 2, the outside lane. And now we're looking good. Really good momentum, and just couldn't keep it straight through the last 2 checkpoints. Didn't look like a super bad accident. Let's take another look at it here. Real nice line through the turns. And just kind of skidded into that flagpole, yeah. That doesn't look like a bad accident at all. In fact, I bet darn you. We were able to afford a crew with some of our improvements, and you can see that Tom and Dick here are able to, they're just going to be able to flip that car over on its wheels and get it going again. So that brings us to our next driver. This is the custom Maverick driven by Kilgore T. This Maverick looks super fast, and as you, oh man, look at that run. Well, couldn't keep it straight. There's a lot of power coming down out of that Maverick. Ended up on its roof just next to the 3rd checkpoint, so 2-point run. But just let's take another look at this, because the power looked insane through the turns especially. That's a nice bit of driving by Kilgore there, keeping that thing upright and pointed in the right direction. Oh, that is sweet. But did end up on his roof. We'll get him checked out with the emergency crew there and get him back up to the start gate for run number 2. Because again, just like that last run, this doesn't look like a bad accident at all. I am glad we're able to check out these drivers though with the new emergency services we're able to offer here. Run number 2, outside lane for this custom Maverick. Let's take a look at what you got. Got a little off track over the jump, backwards through the turns, and a nice bit of stylish driving by Kilgore T. Yes, just a little bit of a bad bounce, but Kilgore is able to keep the car under control. And a stylish drift right in front of the shop there, picking up 3 points on that run. So a 5-point run for Kilgore T and the custom Maverick, sent in by Pupule Surfer. That is a fast-looking car. All right, now we're bringing it to the final car of the day. This is the Super Volt. This is an electric car. It's got a giant electric motor sticking out of its hood. Kimberly's driving it, and look at that, a nice-looking run. Only able to pick up 2 points. Getting a little squirrely on the open section. Looking good through the turns, and you just couldn't quite keep it together on the open section of track. Hit that beetle parked next to our tow vehicle. But again, I'm sure everything's going to be fine. In fact, looks like Tom and Dick are on their way out there right now and they're already speaking to Kimberly. We're going to get the emergency crew there just in case, but yeah, she's already given Tom and Dick the thumbs up that she's fine. They just need to get her on her wheels again and get her sent back up to the start gate. All right, run number 2 in the outside lane. This is the final run of the day for Group 1. And Kimberly got up onto the guardrail after the jump. Oh, and just wasn't able to keep enough momentum going to cross the first checkpoint, so no points on that run. All right, let's take another look here. Yep, just got into the guardrail after the jump, couldn't quite keep it straight, and then that lost all her momentum. Which brings us to the conclusion of qualification for group number 1. And it looks like Big H in the MOHAWK was the winner on the day, with Kilgore T with some really good driving in that Maverick right behind. Good job, everybody. I want to thank our sponsors again here who helped us out today. Pupule Surfer, Uncle Elvis Racing, G4 Diecast Racing, our friend of the track, Enrique. Thank you so much. Stay tuned for qualification group number 2. which will be coming up in just a few days. I'm Brock Wheeler. Really excited to be here with you guys, and thanks for watching. Bye-bye.